sometimes we're not as lucky and there aren't any record hints. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for our own. So we're going to click right here on search records. Again, I like to right click and open it in a new tab. Um, Things have changed a lot in the last year. Now they have the record here at the top, which is really handy. It didn't used to be that way, so I'd like to have the record open so I could check dates and things. Now you don't, I guess you don't really need to, but I still like to do it that way. So we'll scroll down and see what we can find. We have this 1920 census, 1940 census. Both of those I think I've already attached, but just for fun, we'll open those in a new tab. And then we have here an 1880 census where George is the son. It looks like our family, and now we're going to have his parents and his siblings. So we'll open that up in a new tab. And then here we have an 1875 census record for George. Gosh, looks we've got not lots of fun records here. So let's just take those couple so far and see where we're at. This first one right here is the 1920 census. So this is what the record looks like with all of the information in it. Up here in this area, you'll see that it says review attachments right there. That is the first indication that it is already attached. So we don't have to do anything. If you want to, you could see what you've done so far in case there were things that you forgot to attach. But since I just attached it today, most likely everything looks pretty good and attached. We don't have to wait for those to come up. So I'm just going to close out of that one. That one's attached. And now here we are in the 1940 census. So this one says attached to family tree, which means I haven't attached this one yet. So I probably attached his son's 1940 census. So let's go ahead and click attach to family tree. And this was a non-hint, so we found this one. Sometimes when I move around a lot, it doesn't know exactly who I'm trying to attach to. So you just want to click on the person that it is. We'll select George here. And then just like before, you'll attach all of the records the same way. So attach here. I'm going to pause it while I attach, and then I'll come back and just. So here we are. I just finished attaching everything across. These ones obviously weren't in the 1940 records, so I don't have to worry about those. Everything else is done. I'm going to exit out of that. And now I'm going to be on to the next record here. So all I'm doing now is just attaching. So let's go back to the searching for just a second. It's this one right here we're looking. Let's talk about the search for just a little bit. We were lucky. Immediately we had records that were useful pop up, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So what you want to focus on is over here, you can change some of the search criteria. So let's say we wanted to find out maybe a death record. I can say that I'm looking for death records specifically. I don't know where he died, but it appears that as though his family lived in New York for quite some time. So I'm going to just try it out and type in New York as a death place and hit enter. That's going to change what search results come up. So the purple ones are the ones we've already looked at, obviously. None of these are death records. They're still all census records. So that didn't help us very much. If I go back up, I'm going to see if I can find a marriage record. So I hit this little X right here. I'm going to click on marriage. Also going to type in New York. And see if anything that way changes. Again, no marriage records. So unfortunately, we didn't look out with those specific records. Other fun things you can change. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Other fun things you can change are who you're looking with. I like to search by spouse or by parent. You can click on that and type in whatever information you want. So we know his spouse's name was Barbara. I can just look for records that have George and Barbara together. And so now when I go down here, I have a father of the groom record with a George, spouse Barbara, the census records that we've already looked at. So by changing the information over here, your search criteria, it will change what search results you get. So be sure to play around with that as well. Also, sometimes you want to take out names. So this is definitely something you want to just kind of figure out and play around with. Good luck.